What is going on, everybody? I'm Nikki.
And I'm Emily.
We are coaches here at IronKnight Gym. We are here almost all the time. You probably know who we are, and if you don't, then shame on you. Just kidding. But we are going to be walking you guys through basically everything that we do as coaches here at IronKnight Gym. The real, the raw, everything that's a part of being a coach, because it's so much more than just giving a client a nutrition plan and programming a workout. There's a lot of different parts that go into it to actually get a client to be successful, or to help them actually change habits and know what they're doing for their journey, because it is a lifelong journey. Absolutely. It's not something that's going to happen in 2 weeks. It's not even something that's going to happen in 6 weeks, but we have a program for that. But we have to be realistic, and that's what this series is going to be about.
Biggest struggles amongst majority of clients when they start with us?
So, I mean, I feel like the entire process from the start to end is basically a big struggle, because that's why they come to us. I'll speak personally for what I realize when I'm on the phone with somebody, to when I meet them in person, to when I start working with them. And normally, if it's not nutrition, then it is discipline, and it's understanding that you're not always going to be disciplined and you're not always going to be motivated, and you can't depend on motivation to get you to where you want to be. You have to implement habits, and you have to understand how to be disciplined, and that's not an easy thing to teach, and it takes a lot of time.
Right, absolutely. I think for me, it's the biggest thing is like the accountability piece. And just being not only accountable to a coach or to your teammates, but accountable to yourself. I think they forget that, like, they are worth something. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, the minute they come in here, they don't think that they, you know, should put the times into themselves because of kids or because of whatever else they have going on the outside. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. And
I think instead of understanding that that's just how life is, they use it as an excuse.
Right.
And so when they aren't showing up to the gym for the 4th time that week, it's, oh, my kid's this, or my job this. Like, we have jobs. This is our job. Our clients are our jobs. But Emily also has kids. She, you know, has a husband. She's got a home. I've got, even though they're not kids, I have pets. I have other things that I do. And we still have to train ourselves. Like, we have to literally put on the calendar when we're training so people don't bother us, so to speak. But we are still coaches first. So when you see us in the gym, if we're taking time out of our workout to help a client, like, we're normally on a schedule. So now that's about 10 minutes. And I'm not saying that, like, don't ask us for help, because please do. That's what our job, and that's what we love to do. And sometimes that's the only time that we have to help our clients, is when we're physically in the gym, if we can't be there on the other side of the screen to, like, show them what to do.
Right.
And I think that's one thing that people do forget about, is that we are also humans. So if we don't respond to you and it's been an hour, like, don't jump down our throats, because
right.
It's happened. People jump down your throats, be like, well, I messaged you an hour ago, and I'm like, I was with a client. I was on a meeting. I was literally working out for the 30 minutes I had on the calendar.
Right, taking the kids to school. Like, we do all of the same stuff you guys do on the outside.
Yeah.
You know, we have all of that stuff going on too, so.
But we don't normally use that as an excuse as why we can't program you or give you nutrition advice or, you know, show up when we have an appointment with you to do a check-in.
Right.
Whereas on the other end, we hear the excuses of, oh, I couldn't make it to the gym because I was tired, because I had the kids, or they had homework, or I had to make dinner for myself. And, like, that's work. Like, you chose to be a parent, you chose to have a job, you want to be successful. Fitness and health and your mindset and all that stuff goes hand in hand. And in order to be a well-functioning and happy person in your outside of the gym life, you have to work on yourself. And if you make those excuses, then you're just pushing back your own happiness. And right. In the long run, your happiness is going to be stopped by hospital bills, medical issues, depression, anxiety, the things Absolutely. That everybody says they have.
And it's like, it's not even about coming to the gym. Like, this can all be done at your house. This can all be done at a local park. This can all be done, you know, at the convenience of yourself. So, or, you know, in the convenience of your life. Mm-hmm. So it's not about just coming to the gym. It's about taking a half an hour to yourself a day with intentional movement.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I think people try to overcomplicate it too. And they try to,
yeah.
you know, they try to come to the gym 5 days a week and go to boot camps 2 days a week. And they try to, like, do all the right things. And it's like, no, like, let's just make make one thing a constant habit.
Yes.
You know, and then let's gradually bring in some other things, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And then the flip side of that is when people are like, oh, I can't get motivated to work out at home, so I'm just not going to do anything. Like, you have to pivot. You have to understand that life is not always going to go the way that you want it to be. Like, for instance, when I was moving a few weeks ago, I had to completely step out of the gym, and I'm in between sales calls doing body squats and push-ups in my house because I'm like, I have to do something for my mental health.
Right.
Because if I don't work out for X amount of time, I go stir crazy.
Right.
If I don't track my food for so and so weeks, like, I start to feel like I'm derailed from my goals, and then it's just that much harder to get back on track.
Right.
So of course it's not always ideal to work out at home because you might have the kids running around. You might have husband being like, honey, where's my laundry? Did you fold my socks? Like, did you put my underwear away? But I mean, 20 minutes at home is better than doing nothing.
Just better than nothing at all.
And then beating yourself up because you have gone an entire week without doing something
right.
for
And it's,
yourself.
you know, I hear a lot like, oh, I worked late, so I wasn't able to make it to class, but I'll come tomorrow. And it's like, no, you missed class, so go home and do a 20-minute hit. You know what I mean? Do some push-ups, do some sit-ups,
do routine,
a walk around the block, walk
yeah.
the dog. It's like super simple stuff that, like, you know, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to skip a class. You don't have to skip a workout. You can, you know,
you pivot.
Take it to the streets.
Take it to the streets, pivot.
You know?
I mean, I guarantee the kids would love to go outside to the park.
Absolutely.
Like, you got to chase them around anyway, so there's your
Right.
cardio, getting steps in. So.
And if you can't do a workout, mobility, stretching. You know, it's that simple to sit on the floor in front of 15 minutes of TV and stretch out your legs.
I mean, you're going to put Netflix on anyway, so why not put...
So why not?
Or between, like, if you're watching cable and a commercial comes on, you're going and getting your steps and walk to the kitchen. You can do push-ups, you can do burpees, whatever it is. Like, there's so many different ways, and you do not... I don't know who created a rule that you have to work out for hours on end.
No.
Like, there are insane people that do that. I used to be one of those people, but that's just not realistic to life as an adult, as a parent, as a working human being. Like, that's
probably what overwhelms people, is thinking, oh, I have to spend 3 hours in the gym. No. Half hour, 45 minutes, and you're good if that's all you have.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It's that all or nothing mentality, and I think that's what gets people to start something and then quit before they even see results.
Right.
Because they want everything to happen instantly. They want to just completely change their entire life before they even know what to do on step one.
Right.
And so by the time that they have already thrown the towel in, they haven't seen results, and they're discouraged, and then they're needing to restart again and again and again because they just want everything to happen so fast. Like, I've been lifting for 10 years now, and not even like lifting, like powerlifting, but fitness, dance fitness, the aerial stuff. I did theater, and that was more fitness. So it's been like a constant thing, and at the beginning to where I am now, my goals have completely changed, but it's been an awesome journey to see all the changes that happen physically and mentally and where I was now. And when you keep stopping, then you're always going back to that first goal, and when you never hit it.
Right. Yep. And that's how, like, I do a lot of my training is I tell my clients to base it on a feeling. You know, like, we just want to feel good. Screw losing weight, screw losing, you know, all that other stuff. Like, you just want to feel good. For today, I just want to feel good. So what's going to make me feel good? A 20-minute walk. Drinking some extra water, putting down a Diet Coke and picking up a glass of water, whatever the case may be. But it's like just doing one little thing to better it. Sometimes the gym doesn't come right away. That's just to be honest. It just doesn't. Sometimes my nutrition doesn't come right away, but that's okay. Because as long as we're just doing one little thing each day to better ourselves, then, you know, that's like all we can ask for as coaches.
You know how accomplished I feel when I make myself a breakfast instead of just popping something in the oven? Like, I've made myself breakfast every day the past 3 weeks, and it's like, I didn't do that before because I was always in a rush or lazy or just, you know, and you have to, as coaches, we have to be our best clients.
Right.
So when I think about that, I'm like, I'm not going to share a picture with my clients of me putting a bagel in the toaster oven and whipping some what is it? I was gonna say sour cream cheese, cottage cheese, sour cream. Anyway, they're all the same. Yeah, like, that's not something I want my clients to live for. Like, I want you guys to make better habits, and that starts with me.
Right.
That's the same thing with my coach. My coach, she installs good habits in herself, and then I see it. I want to be like her.
Right.
I look up to her.
Right.
But, and there was something else I was going to say, and it just, going back to the feeling good, and I'm actually going to talk about one of your clients, and I know that she won't mind if I say it, Mel. She was in here talking to one of your other clients the other day, and I was eavesdropping, because that's how we are. And she had mentioned that she doesn't have a goal weight in terms of a number. Her goal weight is whatever weight she is the day that she hits the PRs that she wants to hit on the platform. When she hits that, that's her goal. Because that's her strongest, that's her happiest, and that's when her body is most capable of doing what she wants to do. Like, the only reason that I even try to weigh something is a weight class. But if I didn't have a weight class, I am happy where
just
I am.
Like with wherever you're comfortable.
Oh yeah,
you know?
mentally, like strength-wise, like sanity. That's just where you have to be in life. So a number is simply just something that we've been so fixated for all of our lives because it was installed to us by our moms and our families and social media. And it's that is a huge struggle as well, is getting away from the scale, getting away from the numbers, and looking in the mirror and actually focusing on the progress you're making inside and outside the gyms, and more than just seeing that on a piece of paper.
And that's when my journey changed, when I based it on a feeling rather than a number. You know, it's like, you know, you could sit here and want to lose all this weight, and that can get really discouraging when you don't. So,
and that's what makes people throw the towel in faster. They don't.
That scale's not moving. That scale's not moving.
But you definitely.
But your pictures are amazing.
You lost 6 pant sizes.
I mean, come on.
And your blood results are 10 times better than they were. Like those.
And you're not pre-diabetic anymore, and you don't have to take blood pressure medicine.
Your anxiety's better, and you're not having to take all those medications.
Those are wins.
Those are huge wins that a scale is not going to tell you. The scale is just going to be your enemy. So, and again, it's all how you perceive something as well. So when it comes to like actually having the conversations with our clients in terms of what they struggle with, it's so easy for coaches just to be like, oh, it's okay, like you're fine, just work out tomorrow. Like, no, these people are paying you to basically be their mentor. They're paying good money for somebody to tell them basically the opposite of everything that everybody else has told them. Like, no, you can't slack off. No, you can't not show up. Like, for instance, if I have a client and I tell them they have to do a boot camp class, or they have to do their own workout and they end up doing a boot camp class, I'm like, so I gave you that workout for a reason. Like, the workout I gave you is to help you reach your goals. Whereas boot camps are generalized. They're not for just you. They're not designed for what you told me that you're looking to do. So I understand that you enjoy the boot camps. They're fun, but we already put the game plan together, and this is what I've told you to do. People, in a sense, almost liked being told what they need to do, and they don't know what to do on their own. So that's what we're here for. So having those hard conversations with clients when they are making the excuses, when they aren't seeing results, and like, for instance, if somebody comes and they're like, oh, well, I saw XXX on TikTok, and they were like, oh, you got to eat keto and you got to do this, after I literally just had a conversation with somebody about how you need carbs and what carbs do, and like educating somebody. But then a TikTok video said one thing and it completely derailed them. And I mean, I get that because social media and the internet has
they're always right.
They're always right. Like, we're come on, I Google things like 50 times a day. Google is the teacher, the doctor, the astronaut. They're, you know, that's what it is. But they also don't know each person individually to actually care. So when that happens, it's like, okay, we need to talk. We just talked about this. I don't know what you're understanding, and I almost feel like you're doubting me as a professional, somebody that you're paying to educate you, and why would I lead you in the wrong direction? So having to talk to your clients like that, but in a loving way, it's hard for a lot of coaches. And I know at the start when we got into this, it was definitely a hard thing. And there's still times where we have clients where you're like, you don't want to say something, but it gets to the point where like you have to, because it's a reoccurring excuse after excuse after. You can only let it go so many times before people just feel like they can walk all over you. It's like a kid. When you don't punish them after the first 6 times, now they're like, oh, mom, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. And we're still children. That's how it is.
Yeah, and I think from me, I have a lot of clients who come in who are really not confident, who are like really struggle with even coming into the gym. So my side of things sometimes is like loving them where they're at and giving giving them that extra TLC.
Yeah.
Because like they'll come in here and I had a client who lost 8 pounds and she was like, but I don't think it's right. I don't think that's right. Maybe I should try again. And I'm like, no, accept the fact that you've lost 8 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Love yourself enough to that you lost. So, you know, the hard love is sometimes just over loving them.
Yeah.
And like, you know, meeting them where they're at to kind of get them where they want to be. Because a lot of my clients, you know, they come in here and they're broken. You know, they had a really bad experiences in the gym with people making fun of them maybe, or them feeling like they were, you know, the biggest one there or the most out of shape or whatever the case may be. And I think a lot of them come in here with a really tainted vision of the gym.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of it is just fixing that vision, showing them that it's a safe place, that we can be trusted, that, you know, the guidance that we're giving them is better than a TikTok video.
Oh, yeah.
Is better than like anything that they can get from the internet or from Google. You know what I mean? Like, we need them to believe us.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's just having them trust us.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
And that goes back to like being a coach, because, you know, a lot of people, they don't really understand the value of an online coach.
Right.
Like, there are some online coaches that they simply just look at you as a number, as a PR, as, you know, a result for them. And that's not how it should be. Like, me and you are both very empathetic and sympathetic people.
Right.
So, like, when my client can tell me one thing that they're struggling with and, like, talk down of themselves, and I feel that because I've been there. Like,
right.
I was the person that struggled with eating. I was the one that, you know, I hit puberty before everybody else in school. I mean, I had boobs first, so clearly they didn't go anywhere from there. But
Same.
But, like, I was the kid that got bullied in school, and so, like, when my clients are talking to me, I know that it stems further than just what they're putting on their plate, just what they're doing in the gym. Like, there's so many outdoor factors that are going into it that you have to have a relationship with your clients.
Right.
And there have been times where maybe a coach and a client just don't connect. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can always work with a different coach, but you also have to be able to sit down and be like, hey, I don't think this is working.
Willing to try and
like,
to open up.
Yes, because there's so many times where, like, I'll be in here and I'm talking to somebody in an onboarding and they're just so dry. And of course, like, I'm that person that when it's awkward, I just talk and talk, and I'm like, at this point, I'm just rambling. And it makes it awkward, and I'm like, well, I don't know how this relationship is going to go.
Right.
I don't know if this person's going to get results, because let's face it, at the end of the day, like, I get so hyped when I see a client hit a PR, or when a client walks in the door and they're like, I haven't drank alcohol in 6 weeks and, like, my pants are bigger. Like, that's not for me, that's for them.
See, my clients come to me and they say, I carried 2 bags of mulch today in the garden.
I carried all the groceries in one trip. And I'm like, yes,
2 bags of mulch.
Yeah, or like when they come in the door, like the first thing that I do, like if they come in and they're negative, I'm like, we're gonna redo this. Like, you're not gonna come in. Or when they're sitting with us and they're like, yeah, I feel this way, I've been seeing results here, I've been stronger and faster. We get on the scale and then they're like, well, that was a waste of time. And I'm like,
and then you take their pictures and you're like, girl,
what did you
waist.
just tell me? You just spent 30 minutes telling me how you're stronger, how you can carry your kids up 5 flights of stairs, how you're carrying more groceries than your husband.
And then the scale literally, like, it's like a deflate.
It's like a balloon that just popped. And I'm like, hold on. So one form of progress out of all other forms is what you're focusing on.
Right.
But you physically can see that you're a new person, that you're becoming a happier person.
Right.
And they dwell on that. Right. And then as coaches, we beat ourselves up because it's like, well,
man, what did we do? We didn't do right, you know, like, and then I take this stuff home. Oh, like, this is stuff that I lose sleep over.
On weekends,
you know, like
we'll be like friends.
You know how long we talk on the phone about you guys.
We're like, okay, Fred, but like it's always like,
but it's always out of love because we genuinely care about each and every individual.
Oh yeah, like she'll call me and be like, okay, so I need help with this person's form. Like, what can we do? Or I'll be like, can you watch this video? Do you see the same thing that I see? Like, what can we do better? Like, you have to be accepting to criticism, but you also have to be understanding that people that want to see you do better are gonna be real with you.
Right.
That's like, if I ask her if I look bad in a pair of pants, she damn sure is gonna tell me I look bad. She's like, I walked in today with a yellow jacket on. She goes, what are you wearing? Like, what are you wearing?
Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder, I did. But, like, I don't look at that as she's being an asshole. Like,
Maybe.
Okay, well, we're best friends, so that's fine. But it's not like I know that she wouldn't want me to walk out in public and somebody talk bad about me because she's
it's just like us walking past in somebody in the gym and they're doing a terrible deadlift and we just walk right past it and like kind of blind eye, right? We're like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah, because people in other gyms do that. People in commercial gyms, they don't help, and then when they do help, the person on the receiving end is like, no, I got this. I watched somebody on YouTube.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, that person on YouTube probably also told you to squat to like above depth and
not touch your chest on the bench press.
And the arching is bad for you. Like, and this isn't necessarily powerlifting.
No pun intended. Sorry.
Yeah. Not powerlifting related, but
no, but it goes back to the same thing. You know, just
trusting in your coach, but also understanding that when they are giving you hard conversations, it's because they want to see the best for you, because you weren't doing the best for yourself on your own.
Right.
And it's like having a parent.
Right. I kind of say to my clients too, I'm like, your best thinking in the fitness world ended you up in IronKnight Gym with me. So take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Like, you literally, like,
kind of
your best
deal.
thinking,
Kind
so
of a big
move
deal.
out of the way, sit over in the passenger seat, and let me drive the car now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like, move out of the way.
Well,
just let me do what we do.
We
You know
have
what I mean?
coaches,
Like,
and I'm
right.
the first person to say I have a coach because my clients come before I put myself sometimes.
Because my coach knows more than me.
Oh, yeah. My coach knows
That's just
more.
honest. Like, let's just admit it. Like, my coach is smarter than me.
My coach has been doing this. She pulls 600 pounds.
Yeah,
you're gonna work with somebody that you look up to. So
you want what they have.
So why wouldn't you take their advice? Like,
Exactly.
why would you question them?
Right.
Like, it would be completely different if you were putting on weight and you were, the body fat was constantly going up and your
Right.
mental health wasn't getting any better. But that's very rare here amongst all the coaches and all their clients.
Right.
Like, there's times where that's happened, but it's just because the client simply wasn't happy with their life outside, and so everything they did was take it out on the coach, and the coach would cry and come to us, or we'd sit down and we'd have to figure out how to help this client as a team. And I'm like, it's taking a village to coach one person.
Right.
But that's just because, yes, a reputation as a gym, but as coaches, like, we have to help each other.
Because Nikki might not be in the gym, and there might be somebody in the gym that needs help. That client should be able to come up to me, up to any one of our coaches, and be like, hey, I need help doing this, and feel completely comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
Because we all each have each other's backs.
Yeah.
And we all are all gifted in our own sense.
We're
so
all unique.
Yeah.
But not only that, but if there's not coaches here, our clients have to understand that because we do online coaching, sending us videos, the number of times I've sent videos in my garage with a broomstick as a barbell, or I get out of bed to talk to somebody on FaceTime because it's you need me right now.
Right.
I'll be in the car and somebody hey, I'm on my way to the gym. I've pulled over to put a program on somebody's calendar because I don't want them to go 2 hours without a program and then they don't do anything.
Right.
Because that's the resort. If they don't have something that's being told what to do, they don't do anything.
Right. Don't do anything.
Yes.
Yeah. I've done 3:30 FaceTime in the morning with a top squat for a hybrid client. 3:30 in the morning, I was on FaceTime watching her squat just so I could cheer her on. So it's it's those little things though, and it's not to put a feather in our hat, but those are the little things that we do to make a client feel loved, to make them feel supported, to make them feel like they are welcome and that they can trust us and that we'll show up no matter what. And you just have to give us time.
And but realistically, we love doing that because our clients are my coach got on FaceTime with me at 3 a.m. to watch my squat and to yell at me.
That's value.
Oh yeah.
That is what you pay for.
And we keep doing it because we love it, and it makes us have that sense of accomplishment, but we know that sets us apart from all the other coaches.
Right. And that's you guys, they are our PRs. You guys are we we see awesome results with your pictures and stuff, and we're like, yo,
we're like, look at my client.
PR.
We're look at my client.
We share, we share with each other. With each other.
It happened.
But it happened. There we go. Roll with it.
Roll. But yeah, so but we love it. It's just putting into perspective the things that we do as coaches, that it's not just an online thing where you get
No.
this and this, and then, okay, we'll see you in 4 weeks for a check-in. Like, communication, being honest, being vulnerable, opening up. Like, there are situations where a client is probably just, they need time.
Right.
That's understandable, but like, don't go a week without talking to me and then be like, oh, hey, I was going through some stuff. Be like, let me know you're going through stuff.
Yeah, and then I'll leave you alone.
Yeah,
Like,
or
I won't text you every day wondering where you are.
Or let me know and then just be like, hey, my communication this week is going to be a little bit off.
Right.
Like, when I go on vacation, I send everybody a message, hey, I'm going to be gone. If I don't respond right away,
Yeah,
that's
it's just out of
fine.
common courtesy.
Yeah.
You know, because we care. We genuinely care.
Oh, yeah.
So when we don't hear from you, or like that we, you know, you're not answering us for a week, and we're like, okay, what's going on
Well,
here?
our
you
first
know?
reaction is something happened.
Yeah. First thing is like, okay, let's shoot them a text, let's call them and see if like they're not, you know.
Yeah. And not only that, but like, I'm that annoying person that if you're going on vacation, I'm like, hey, what's your gym look like? You're going to be at a hotel? You're going to be at Planet
Can
Fitness?
you send me a video? The
Yeah,
link
please.
to the hotel, please.
Yeah, I will send you the extra. I will go in and create a whole hotel workout for you to do.
360.
Because you're not allowed to just not do anything because
Yeah.
you're simply not
No.
here.